Okay, welcome back to the Fire Burns Within channel. Time for another anniversary review. I've never heard this album in full. I've heard one or two songs. This is Def Leppard's High and Dry, released 40 years ago, July the 6th, 1981. Wow, a 40-year-old album. Can you believe it? So, Def Leppard, yes, I know the band very well. I've heard quite a lot of their stuff, but I wouldn't say I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan, but I just enjoy, melodic, hard 80s rock, or whatever you want to call it. So I had to give this one a shot after 40 years. Never heard it in full. Let's see how this one turned out. There's 10 tracks on the album altogether. The reviews for the album are very good for the classic old school Def Leppard fans. So anyway, let's get on with this. Track 1 is Let It Go. Never heard this track. Nice tempo, nice edgy vocal from Joe Elliott. Sounds quite commercial too, but too commercial to be, this band gets lumped in with the new wave of British heavy metal band movement, but they always sound too commercial for me to be, truly a metal band. But they've got elements of metal and elements of hard rock commerciality. And this song is like a perfect marriage between the two. It's got a little bit of a new wave of British heavy metal feel, and then it's got a more commercial feel as well. It's got some great harmonized vocals. The song is pretty killer. I mean, I really like it. I think the version I've heard is a slightly remastered one, so it sounds really good as well. So 8.5 out of 10. Track 2 is Another Hit and Run. Never heard this song. It's another rocking mid-tempo tune. Joe Elliott, he sounds a bit like Axl Rose. He does on the album as well. He's using his sort of gritty high-pitched voice quite a bit. Another big chorus with backing vocals. This is a killer tune. Liked it a lot. 8 out of 10. Actually 9 out of 10, I should say. 9 out of 10 for Another Hit and Run. So very, very cool indeed. Track 3 is High and Dry, in brackets Saturday Night. This song reminds me of an AC/DC sort of rocking, shuffling type of a riff, type of tune. Chorus is catchy, can't deny that. Joe Elliott, he sounds sort of raunchy, and again, great bluesy solo as well. 8 out of 10 for High and Dry. Track 4 is Bringing on the Heartbreak. I know this song quite well. First song that I've heard is sort of like a moody power ballad, a bit closer to the sort of more mid-80s Def Leppard sound that they would go on to be. Chorus gets layered with multi-vocal effects. Catchy tune, if a little repetitive, more lush than the others. Still got some quite heavy riffs in it too, so quite a cool tune. 7.5 out of 10. Track 5 is Switch 625. It's an instrumental, very cool one, more in line with the new wave movement, new wave of British heavy metal movement. The way the riffs are created and played. It's got a slight vocal with some sort of backing chants towards the end. The guitar gallops so well in this song. Very nice guitar line. I really enjoyed Switch 625. 8 out of 10. Track 6 is You Got Me Running. Another AC/DC sounding rocking riff. More commercial sounding as well. Chorus is okay. It's not wowing me, this one. Not too bad, but just an okay rock track. 7 out of 10. Track 7 is Lady Strange. Another commercial sounding mid-tempo track. Like this one quite a bit. More than the previous track. Although they do sound quite similar. There's a great, almost maidenish gallop in this one. Very cool solo to follow. Really like Lady Strange. 8.5 out of 10. Track 8 is On Through the Night. I think I've heard this one before. It's got a great galloping riff, which leads to their new wave of British heavy metal side. High and scratchy vocal from Joe Elliott. turns out that this is a bit of a classic after listening. Great chorus. Reminds me again of a little bit of AC/DC mixed with Iron Maiden. Great classic tune. 9 out of 10 for On Through the Night. Track 9 is Mirror Mirror, Look Into My Eyes. I've never heard this song before. A nice slow tempo riff, another smooth, higher vocal from Joe Elliott, not so scratchy or aggressive. Great backing vocal line. I really like the backing vocal line on this. This track is sort of quite captivating indeed. I really like this. It's sort of it's just a very cool vibe on Mirror Mirror. So I really like this one. 9 out of 10. Track 10 and the final track is No No No. Never heard this track before. Nice upbeat and catchy groove. Ends with a more classic new wave of British heavy metal sounding riff. I've said that a few times on this review. This reminds me of sort of like a faster paced Led Zeppelin a little bit. I mean, I'm not a Led Zeppelin fan at all in any way, shape or form, but I don't know, it's just this one's got that swaggering Led Zeppelin groove to it. I really enjoyed this song actually, this final track. So 8.5 out of 10. Okay, so there you have it. My final thoughts on the 40th anniversary of Def Leppard's High and Dry are: this was a huge surprise to me overall. I really thought this went down really well. I was expecting to sort of not like this so much, but I liked it much more than I thought I was going to. It's very classy. I mean, Joe Elliott, he sounds really good. He sounds younger. He sounds energized. He sounds powerful. The guitar work is very cool throughout. Some cool solos, some great riffs, some very good choruses. So there's a lot to like on this album. My average score based on my full averages is 8.3 out of 10 for this. A very good, and you could say almost a classic album for Def Leppard. I know Def Leppard fans will, they will love High and Dry more than me, the old school Def Leppard fans. Not so much the sort of polished Hysteria period or onwards. Those fans will be sort of indifferent towards this one maybe, but I mean I will like any period as long as it sits well with me, and this one really sat well. I really enjoyed this song. It's almost for me, I wouldn't say it's a classic, but I can see why someone would call it a classic, and the reviews that I saw for this are all within the 9 out of 10 range. So my review is slightly below that, but I can see easily why people really rate this album. It is a very cool album, very melodic. I'm glad I listened to it after 40 years, and it surprised me. It sounded good. It sounds okay. It sounds of its time. It is a little bit dated, but it sounded good and it sounded classic. I can see why Def Leppard are such a well-liked, well-revered classic rock stroke heavy metal band. Okay, that was my 40th anniversary review of Def Leppard's High and Dry. Stay tuned.